Hello, everybody. It's Tom. As you can see, one of my sites above, right there, techbait.net. Bookmark it, share it, visit it daily. Okay, it's got a lot of RSS feeds. They update regularly. I've got a whole cryptocurrency section at the top. It's got all kinds of technology news. It's basically a technology site. Okay, and with cryptocurrency being as important as it is today, that's the top spot. But I got a lot of stuff in there, a lot. Okay, and it updates regularly. And I even have a crypto from over from Kryptonator. I've got this nice chart of various cryptocurrencies and their US dollar. If you're not US dollar, whatever, you can go and make your own and peg it to whatever currency you want. So anyway, what are we talking about today? We're talking about security, okay? Security of your cryptocurrency, right? Now, most people today, well, a lot, people who have, there's lots of cryptocurrencies out there, right? There's tons of altcoins. I don't even know some of these things, why people are buying them, because they're unknown and they're going to go nowhere and they're going to explode and they're going to disappear. Okay. And I'm not the only one. There's some pretty smart people saying that. But the most popular cryptocurrencies that you could own, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, things like that, Monero, Ripple, whatever. These things, you see, to keep them secure. Okay. Now, you've got choices here, and not all the choices are good. I've got people messaging me, because I share a lot of content online, and I've worked in the tech industry. And just this week I had a guy I used to work with at Hewlett Packard message me and say, which is the best mobile app for cryptocurrency? And I'm like, well, there is none. Don't use a mobile wallet on your phone unless you want to get hacked and lose all your stuff. The worst place you can keep your seed keys or anything is on your mobile phone. People just are clueless. They think that, this device they carry around in their pocket is the most secure thing in the world, and it's not. Just a few weeks ago, from the recording of this video, some guy lost $100,000 of Bitcoin because he, I guess, opened up his phone or his laptop to public Wi-Fi at some public, whatever it was, some public Wi-Fi. And they basically went in there and stole all his stuff. This can happen at malls too. Like, you go to a mall shopping, especially the holiday season. Put your phone in, airplane mode. Shut off all communications. They could get in through USB. They could get in through Wi-Fi. At the very least, shut off USB and Wi-Fi and just go with your cellular signal. But if you're not going to be looking at the phone because you're going to be busy shopping or whatever, just put it in airplane mode. It'll shut all that off. Plus, it'll save your battery. So anyway, if you can't use your mobile phone, what's the next possible thing? Now, we got all these web wallets out there, right? Like, say, Coinbase, etc. Most of the web exchanges, the web wallets don't really have, I don't really know of any that have, some of them out there have mobile apps, like, say, in the App Store or the Google Play. I don't know how many of those are actually created by the company that makes the site. That's the one thing you got to be careful of first, right? Make sure that the app is really developed by the site, okay? You would imagine that Google or somebody would police that, but I'm not so sure. You could be getting some third-party. Yahoo creates an app, calls it, say, Bitfinex, and then you install that on your phone, and you're not really talking to Bitfinex, That's number one. The other one is, like the Coinbase app. Look, these web exchanges, right? They're not secure, like, as in having your own whatever, but ever since the Mt. Gox thing, security's been a lot better. And I don't want to say that, say, Coinbase or Kraken or somebody can't get hacked. But like with Coinbase, I know that if you're a U.S. citizen, your initial deposit into the site, I believe, is insured by FDIC, which FDIC insurance, which is I think up to your $250,000. So it won't cover your earnings. You put say $20,000 in, and through trading crypto on that site, say you bring it up to 100 grand, and then you get hacked and you lose everything. They're only going to cover the initial deposit, the 20 grand, but at least you don't lose that. So you can use the web wallets. I mean, look, use the tool, the best tool for the job. Okay. If you want liquidity, you want your money liquid, you want to be able to send, receive payments, keep a certain amount of money in your web wallet, your Coinbase, whatever. Definitely have those accounts. Please go to my site here, and I've got, where is it? I've got Coinbase right there. Click on it. Create your Coinbase account. They're coming up quick on 10 million customers. So you can do that. But if you're a big money player, a Bitcoin whale, whatever you want to call it, if I were you, I would have a hardware wallet. And I'm not even so sure I would trust that job to a personal computer. Now, you can install these hardware wallets, these hard drive wallets on a computer, a Mac, a PC, Linux, whatever. But your home network and that machine had better be secure, okay? Because if it's not secure, it can be compromised, right? If you're going to keep it on a computer, at least turn that thing off when you're done with it. Don't leave it on 24/7. If you can access it remotely, somebody else can. Keep your working funds in your web wallet that you can, work with when you're out and about, but keep your main stash protected, all right, and turned off. Now, Coinbase does offer cold storage to take your stuff kind of offline if you have a lot. So that's a plus with the Coinbase thing. Now, another option here is, if you look on my site here, this Ledger Nano S. This is a, where is it? This is a device. It is a USB device. This one's by a French company. It's priced in euro here. It's about $65 US, something like that. You can buy it. They ship internationally. There's only a certain number of countries they won't ship to. And these are the same countries that nobody will ship to. So it's a USB device. It's got a little display on it. Like, see that little liquid crystal display? And this thing can protect your keys, keep them completely offline. And if this thing is stolen or lost, the way it's set up, whatever, they can't get your cryptocurrency through that way either. So I figure you just buy another one and then restore. I mean, you've got to keep something private, like your key, written down somewhere. So make sure you get a fire safe, or even a safety deposit box at your local bank branch, and keep that key, that word, that scrambled code, hidden, protected. Okay? Somewhere along the line with this stuff, you have to have a secret key hidden somewhere. And it better be written down in the physical world and protected. Because at some point, if you lose a certain key part of information, you lose all your cryptocurrency. That's the scariest thing about this stuff, other than being hacked and somebody stealing it and you having no recourse. You can't go after them. It's not like, the police can go find this person. This person can be anywhere. They'll never be found. That's the problem with the hacking of the crypto stuff. It's for people with those skills, it's such an easy way to steal a lot of money and get away with it, because, I have yet to see somebody get busted, get nailed for something like that, and, actually go to jail for it. Sure, if you attack a big institution, a big company, whatever, there will be more resources to track you down. But you're going after individual people, it's a soft target, and you're a soft target for these people. So take your security seriously. So by all means, when people say, what's the best way, there's a mix. There's no one answer for that question. People say, well, I shouldn't use, I see people online saying, well, you shouldn't use Coinbase or you shouldn't use Kraken or any of these things. You shouldn't use Poloniex or Bitfinex or any of these online exchanges. Bull. Of course you can use them, right? Just don't keep all your stuff in one. Don't, if you have a lot of money, a lot of funds in this cryptocurrencies, then you're going to need a second offline option that's safer for the bulk of your funds. Of course, keep a working amount of funds online where you can get to it and it's more liquid for you. But don't keep all of your stuff up there. I mean, it's just common sense, right? I mean, it's like saying, for example, like in the real world with regular paper money, right? Regular money, fiat money. Well, by all means, don't go out of your house with a wallet. Keep that stuff in a bank. Well, okay, when you get to the store, how are you going to buy something if that stuff's tied up in a bank? Now, granted, today we have debit cards and credit cards. That's not part of the analogy here. Of course, it's probably better than carrying cash. But my whole analogy is, of course, you can have your wallet, your mobile wallet, with a certain amount of working spendable funds in there. If you get robbed, though, they're not going to rob your entire life savings. That's my point, okay? And it's a good point. So secure your giant stash if you have one with a better, like I said, a hardware-based wallet on a computer, which you can turn off, which is in a protected, make sure that computer has no viruses, has no malware. You're not surfing for porn on that thing because you will be hacked if you're bringing stuff in. Okay, keep that thing clean. Keep it scanned, keep it clean, and by all means, keep it protected behind a firewall and turn it off. But if you're even more paranoid, as you should be, get something like a USB hardware device that will protect where your key or whatever is never actually exposed to the internet. And these things can work with various hard drive wallet softwares out there. But it's another way to protect that crucial information that will let them take all of your funds and transfer them somewhere else. That's like a ground zero disaster scenario for somebody holding cryptocurrency. So there's all different ways that you can, protect yourself. There's no perfect way because this isn't a perfect world, but just be smart about it, right? And, if you don't have a lot of money online and all this is play money anywhere, at least you're trying to speculate and make some money, worry about that later. For now, get your, thing with a good exchange and do your trading, whatever. Oh, and a side benefit of this stuff, by the way, not just hackers, but government. Now, another con, okay, a mark against even the web exchanges, like say the big ones like Coinbase or Kraken, would be, government oversight. These guys, the government's going to know how much you're putting in there and then how much you're making. Because, if you're doing a lot of trading and you're really making a lot of money, especially if you're in the USA, the IRS is going to know about what you're doing with Coinbase. Coinbase plays by the rules. They need to stay legal. They don't want to hand over your records to the government, but if you make enough money, they will. So if you want to keep that your stuff completely private, then you're going to have to buy your cryptocurrency somewhere else, have it sent to a private wallet, and keep your stuff completely safe. In that case, you probably don't want to use the web wallets if you're that paranoid or you're that against paying your taxes or whatever. But for most regular people and having some liquid amount online that's convenient that they can around or whatever, something like a Coinbase or a regular exchange is a good choice. Again, it doesn't have to be your only choice. You're not married or wed to one choice. So you see these people out there, they make the stupidest statements I've ever seen. Like, you can't do this or you can't do that or you make this, you're stuck with that choice. No, you have freedom of choice. You can move stuff around and have as many of these things as you want. You can have an account on 10, 20 or all of the exchanges. All you need to do is create your account, get verified, do your little verification with the document, the ID document. You get verified. Your site is now, your account is now activated. And now you can have an account on all these exchanges. And you could put money in here and send it to a wallet on any one of those, you're going to need multiple exchanges if you want to trade in multiple cryptocurrencies, because most of these exchanges don't carry every cryptocurrency out there. And something like, say, the better on ramps for fiat currency, like Coinbase, where you can just transfer money in easily. A lot of these exchanges, you've got to do like direct bank transfers to get your money into them, to get your Bitcoin or whatever. So that's, sometimes it's hard or difficult for a lot of people to do. So a Coinbase becomes an option for that. In other words, they've got debit card, credit card, bank account, so you can get your money more easily into there, buy your Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever, and then you can send that to an address on an exchange that carries all those other altcoin currencies, and then you could start doing your trading over there. So that's another way. So you're going to want multiple accounts on multiple things like this anyway. Okay, so if you don't have Coinbase yet, go down to my links and get it. Get verified and get your account set up. It's simple. It's free to do. The only thing that costs is when you put money in because you want to fund your account. If you need something a little more secure for a big account value, get something like this guy here. And just learn how to use it, and you're a little more safe than a lot of people. So, man, look at this. Bitcoin, as of today, this chart's about an hour old from when I'm recording this, a little more than an hour old. Bitcoin was just under $11,000. Litecoin has been hovering around $100. It dropped the last few days back into the 80s from 101 or whatever. Now it's seems to be back around the 100 mark. And I remember when Litecoin was just like a few dollars. I didn't see it going anywhere for a long time. I should have put a lot of money into Litecoin, because you could have literally 10 times your money. A lot of this stuff is like the mother of all lost opportunities. Ripple's weird. I mean, it's been going. I've seen it as low as like 13 cents and as high as like 30, 31 or something, or 33. It's been a lot lately, around 24. Ethereum, again, all over the place. For a long time, it was hovering in the low threes, the mid threes. Then it finally went over 4. Then it went over 5, and then it came down again, and it's been anywhere from like 420 to 470 something or 80, bouncing back and forth for now. Who knows, but some of the predictions I see. Now, thing that gets me, I'm not as up on this as some people, the Zcash and Dash, these currencies, I'm not, so I have to start reading up more on them and what their whole thing is, because they seem to, the coins themselves, the tokens seem to have a lot of dollar value associated with them. So anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. So anyway, my main topic of this video was the whole security thing and what you might want to do in relation to that. Okay, if you want to create a website, by the way, go look at my blog, my other blog, ipblogging.com. I'll have links all below this video of my various sites. Go there, and I can show you how to set up a nice WordPress blog, how to get web hosting, etc. I've got a lot of cool stuff on my blogs. I spend a lot of my off time doing this stuff. I create my own content. I write my own stuff. I create my own graphics. Much to my wife's chagrin, because, I work long hours in my career in New York City. I have a big commute every day. And then I try to take some of my off time. I have a family. And then I create stuff. I'm a very busy person. I can't just, sit down and watch TV all the time in my off time. I need to think, to get, I need to have hobbies and things I'm interested in. The whole cryptocurrency technology. I work in the technology field, so you'll see my site here, TechBait. I've got all kinds of, Wired, Linux Today, Tom's Hardware. I used to be a Unix admin, so I like Linux and Unix. Here's the hardware guys, Anon, then Tom's Hardware. For all you hardware nerds, I got some cool T-shirt stuff on my site. Nerd topics, security, hacking, database, IT, corporate IT, software testing. All this stuff is on my site. Okay, all of it. And on the bottom, I got some fun stuff like UFOs and Bigfoot because I've always liked that stuff, even if you can't prove it's real. It's definitely funny, and I've got some debunking bunk with science thing on the bottom of my site, which is Science Daily, Junk Science, Bad Astronomy, Science-Based Medicine, combats a lot of the stuff out there. And then right under that, excuse me, right under that, I've got the, so over here I've got the thing about, straight-laced science combats all this false garbage. And then right under that, I've got UFOs and Bigfoot, right? So it's like two diametrically opposed sections. But I aim to keep everybody happy, right? And then, that's that. So, and I've also got some articles on this site. I try to put some blog topics on TechBait as well. My main blog is ipblogging.com and ninjamlm.com. But I've got, I've got several sites. I even have a UFO site called cryptopark.com. And I've got a foodie site called loonyfoodie.com. But those sites, I just don't have the time to put enough content on them. I mean, they're really great ideas, and they would be awesome if I had the web traffic going to them. I just don't have enough time to put enough content on them to get them drawing in a lot of visitors. Hopefully that'll change in the future. But there's only 24 hours in a day, you know what I mean? So anyway, definitely go to TechBait and IP blogging, share it out. If you have a website yourself, please link to my articles. A good website, not a spam website. But, you got a website with related topics. By all means, shoot me a link and let me know if you've got a good blog, an actual real site that does real analysis, whatever. Maybe I'll shoot you a link back. And that's pretty much where it is right now. I've had the luxury of making a leisurely video and speaking louder because my wife and daughter went out for a little while, and I've got nobody in the background yelling, "Who are you talking to?" That happens a lot. "Who are you talking to?" It's like, I'm shooting videos. I do this regularly, but I always get the question, "Who are you talking to?" I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to my phone. I'm talking to whoever out there is going to come across my videos and actually listen to the stuff. Okay? That's who I'm talking to. But I got to explain it every time. So it's always nice to not have to explain it when they're out, because there's nobody here to hear me except me and you when you come across my video. And that's different because when you come across a video, you expect to hear somebody speaking to you, right? So I guess that'll be it. I'll shut the heck up right now because that's really all the useful stuff I have to say. But please get to my site, share my site, bookmark my site, make it your homepage. This is a great site. You don't have to manage your own RSS feeds. If you're into technology and cryptocurrency, baby, this is all you need, right? It's updated regularly. I got cron jobs that update this stuff on the back end, and it's a cool little site. It's easy to remember. Look at that little logo there, techbait.net. I mean, come on, man. Technology and bait. I'm baiting in the geeks, right? It's the hook with the propeller hat. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, I've had that a long time. I just, for a long time, I had a site that was just, basically it would scrape news stuff and turn them into posts. And I don't really like that approach. It fills up a database. It fills up the site. It's not my content. So I cleaned it up. And I found a way to just do the RSS feeds where it's strictly a title it's kind of like tells you what it is, the source, and you click on it and it goes out. It spawns a new window out to that site. So when you click on something like here, let me just demo this before I end the video. Here's Coinbase has a new COO or whatever, right? So you click on that. So give this a second. should launch out. If you're using a web browser, it'd be a much faster. Uh, I don't know if I actually clicked on it. Let me click on it. Sometime. Okay, here it comes. So what it does is it launches the link in a new browser window. In my case, it actually had to launch the browser. The reason is because I took TechBait and I bundled it into a little WebView app for my Android phone on some third-party thing. I can't put it on the Google Play Store because Google doesn't really like WebView apps. And you have to like turn off this security thing briefly to install it, meaning unnamed sources or whatever, because you're not installing it from the Google Store. So anyway, that's what I use when I view TechBait most of the time. It's an icon on my desktop. It's just the way I like to do it. Anyway, it's just a website. You put it in techbait.net in your web page, create a little shortcut, whatever, make it your home page, and whenever you click on it, it'll launch the target article in a new window, right? So here it is. Here's the target article. You can read it, read all about this interesting topic that they have, and then you just click the back button. Sometimes you have to click back more than once because these sites don't let you just back out. So what does it do? It goes back to TechBait. And then you go on to the next article and you read it. I've got an Ethereum in here, you know, Bitcoin section, general crypto section on top. And then it goes into all the other topics I told you about before. I've got like, Slashdot and regular technology, and et cetera, et cetera. It's a really cool site if you're into technology and if you're into cryptocurrency. It's a great resource. Share it out. Let people know about it, that they can use it as well. Maybe I could get some decent traffic to this site. So I'll see you next time. And where is the... Oh, I'm sorry. I have to move my face. There we go, the little dot.